Are we holding or are we leaving on? So
Yeah, you go and go for it. This is Sarge for TBFM Online, and I'm here with the boys from Annihilated.
Hello.
right.
Good to see you, boys. Now, there's not many people who are into thrash who aren't going to know who you are, but do you want to do a quick round the table intro?
Okay, I'm Danny. I play guitar in Annihilated.
I'm Bod, founder member and drummer.
I'm sorry, I'm the bass player.
Good start.
Bass player and the vocalist.
And Village Idiot.
And I'm Todd, I'm the guitarist of Annihilated.
Well, it's good to have you here. So it's a bit old school in terms of these sort of festivals, so is it good to be at Hammerfest these days?
Absolutely. It's the second time here for Annihilated, so yeah, it's cool. I like this festival. I was here like a few months ago for Hard Rock Hell as well. It's great, isn't it?
It's a great venue, isn't it? It's pretty cool to be able to sort of chill out and not be in a tent, just have a bit of inside time and just chill out. I quite enjoy it. It's my first time here, but it's been pretty good so far. All the bands seem to be really into this sort of event.
It's really cool.
It's very friendly, very well organised. It's brilliant. You know.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I saw you boys at Bloodstock. So how does it compare? I mean, is it?
It's a different kind of festival in the way that it's all laid out, obviously. But I mean, Bloodstock is more sort of central, and everybody goes to the one area. But it's just, you know, you got your press area here. It's more spread out. But and accommodation for us is much nicer as well. Getting the trailer.
Well, it's been a good year for you boys with the new album out, Antisocial Engineering.
Yes.
So how have things been in terms of touring and, you know, playing to some of the newer fans and picking up new people?
It's been great. We've had really good response to the live shows, great response to the album. Touring is steadily picking up. We've got some stuff coming up later in the year.
Yeah, we did. When the album came out, we did a full, like a good run of Europe. So we did like Holland and Germany and stuff, and then we did like a handful of UK dates. And yeah, it's gone really, really well. Like, people seem to be into the album, definitely.
Yeah.
Which is really pleasing, isn't it? Because when you've got a band with like a 30-year plus legacy, you really don't want to be that band where everyone goes, well, I like the old stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, how do you play it these days? I mean, is it a conscious decision to sort of keep the old fans happy, or is it about trying to build new fans, or you just sort of play the music you love and go for it?
It's a bit of both. We tend to, obviously we want to promote the new album, but we also want to play a few of the older favourites as well, just to, you know, well, keep ourselves interested and keep the fans happy.
But it's a good time for thrash as well. I mean, I think there are a lot of old school fans who are still into it, and they're happy to see the old bands coming back. But I think there are a lot of fans are out there who really like eating up the new stuff that's coming out as well. I think it's been one of the strongest years for thrash that I can remember since the Halcyon days of the 80s, really.
Absolutely.
I tell you, one thing I've noticed is there's a lot of warmth out there for us now, and we are picking up a lot of the younger crowd. Like you just said, it's a good time for thrash now. It sort of bounced around in the 90s and sort of disappeared, had to regroup and came back again, and this is a good time. It's strong. There aren't so many genres, which waters it down a little bit, you know. And the people who come along to the festivals and that are true lovers of the music. You know, it really is. It feels to me, after all this time, like we've joined the party at last. We're always because we are punk roots, and we've never gone down the sort of traditional satanic theme of heavy metal.
Yeah.
We've always sort of in the past sort of been on the sort of the outside, on the naughty step of metal, because we didn't comply to the norm. But having said that, I think because of everything that's going on, you know, in the country and affecting everybody's lives and around the world, I think we've once again sort of come back to be a bit more of a current band.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, because Annihilated's got its roots in punk. The social commentary side and the political side of it is probably more relevant now than it's ever been.
Yeah.
So maybe that's helped. And from a kind of just like a facts and figures side of looking at it, it was surprising to us. I mean, we've just sold out our second pressing of CDs, of the album, and it's like, Jesus, like, where are these people coming from? So it's really surprising that they are, but I guess, like you say, socially, it's probably more relevant than ever with the way
Yeah,
Tories
definitely.
are destroying everything. And
I guess on the subject of socially, I think you're probably one of the bands who likes to get involved with the fans and get out there, and I think that's a real sign of the times with the scene today as well. That the bands do get a lot more involved with the fans, and
we always
get out
have
there
been.
and interact. Yeah,
We've always done that. We won't be able to tonight because we've got to get to the airport. But we've always been interactive with our followers, haven't we? And I think that's another thing that's appreciated.
We'll chill for a bit, but I like being out and about.
yeah. I don't think fans have got time for prima donnas anymore, have they? They like to get involved with their fans, and I think obviously with the way Facebook works, I mean, it's got to be a culture shock for you boys, same as it is for me, really. That the whole fucking music world just exists via Facebook these days.
interweb.
If you're not social, then you're not really doing the job. You're not really meeting the fans anymore. So you've got to get out there and do it, I guess.
But the flip side of that is that makes it better than ever, doesn't it? Because like as difficult it is to sort of maybe embrace like the way that things have to be done differently now, it gives you that opportunity to have like one-on-one interaction with anyone. Like some of Si's lyrics are pretty deep, and there was one on the last album, and you can get individual messages from people saying, "Oh, well, this is what it means to me," and that's
pretty
much
cool.
better.
The one guy actually had the lyrics to Season Red tattooed on his shoulder.
Yes.
That's amazing. I think that's the thing, isn't it? You get this immediate reaction from the fans these days, whereas before you put an album out, you do a tour, and then you might talk to fans. But these days, the second they hear the song, they can come back and talk to you about
absolutely.
things. And it gives you new, it's like fresh food for you to actually to write more stuff about as well. The fact that you get to know what the fans are actually feeling straight away.
Yeah.
I think for us also, if you look back through the archives of how we've always carried ourselves, we've always sort of been like Anihilated family. We've always treated everybody who's been into the band as sort of part of us anyway. So it's always been on a very inclusive platform, really.
Yeah, I think it shows, and I think of a lot of bands that are around, you guys always seem to present a fairly positive approach as well. I mean, there's a lot of bands around these days who kind of moan about everything and using Facebook as a platform.
I hate that more than anything else. Like, if you don't like it, don't do it. Like,
definitely.
That's all there is to it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Get out of the way. Let some other bands come through.
Definitely, and I think it really shows. I think when you've got the positive bands out there, they seem to be the ones who are doing better, whether they're old or new. It's all about a positive approach.
We all have times where you think, oh Jesus, that could have been better, that could have been better, but it is what you make it.
Definitely,
You can go somewhere and play to 4 people.
Which we've all done.
Which we've done.
Yeah.
But those 4 people.
Hopefully not tonight.
Yeah, hopefully not. But that show got the same as we'd have done to 5,000.
Yeah.
But I think as well, it's like, but lyrically our stuff can be quite serious, and it makes a serious point about what's going on. But it's only rock and roll. You have a bad one, no one died.
I think that's the point. Is people take themselves too seriously these days.
Go out, play some shows, have fun. Cool.
Ultimately, that's what it's about. You look around here now and people are just getting pissed, having a laugh, and that's what they want. Whatever you're doing in the studio, whatever you're doing on Facebook, all it comes down to is things like tonight, where you've got a bunch of people in the room getting sweaty listening to your music.
The message can still mean something, but it doesn't have to be wrapped up in pretentious bullshit.
Yeah.
Really.
And you know what we're like on stage. We have a laugh.
Yeah.
We have fun. We interact with people. We take the piss. They take the piss back.
Yeah, it's good to see.
It's all part of it. Yeah, we're coming out with this message. If you want to listen to the message, listen. If not, just have fun.
Yeah, if you don't care about the politics side, which some people don't, just bang your head. It's all good rock and roll, isn't it?
You mentioned Bloodstock earlier as another thing that I did notice when we had some shots, photographs taken of the crowd, and you look at how many old faces and part of the family are out there. People have been following us for years, and you just think, God, they're all out there. They're all. We've got a really good, faithful following from way back, and that's a great thing, great privilege.
Our very first vinyl release, Path to Destruction, the girl who bought the very first copy of it was in the front row at Bloodstock.
That's amazing. That's got to be
31 years.
That's got to be such a great thing though when you come back to events like this and you see so many familiar faces from the past. There's real stories to tell, all the people there as well as the new faces.
Absolutely, and you see like the familiar faces, and that's incredible. And then you see all the new faces, and you think, oh wow, there's like new people as well. Brilliant.
And 1 or 2 old faces that keep turning up. You probably wish you didn't see every time.
No,
anything like us.
not too many of those.
We're lucky with that. I think
We kind of love everyone.
Yeah.
You have met Jay from TBFM. Hello.
Yeah. He's lovely.
I was just talking to a guy last night who was telling me about the old gigs from 1989, and we were just having a quick chat about the old days, and it keeps coming up all the time. I think the time before last we played Holland, one of the guys bought in a couple of albums that he bought years ago. And can you sign these for us? And took a photograph of him with it and everything.
Yeah.
All that, as well as the new crowd, it's really good. We are, as I said, I think we've sort of touched on a nerve. Although we haven't bandwagoned anything, we're the same. If you look back, we're still writing about the same stuff. It's just more current at the moment. But I think if you sort of see the people that we're appealing to now, because their lives are being changed by the very things that we've always been going on about, and it's very relevant.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Like, there's a place in the world for people like Venom and people like Slayer, and they're going to do songs about Satan and so that. But there are more horrific and disgusting things in the world than fairy stories about some demon, and like the things that are going on to people across the planet are more terrifying than some guy painted red with horns and stuff like that.
Yes. I mean, you touched on Europe there. I mean, it's kind of an old cliche question, but how do the fans differ over in Europe? And I don't mean in terms of generally. I mean, in fact, that in this country we've kind of gone through these peaks and troughs of music and thrash and that kind of heavy stuff, sort of getting popular, disappearing, and coming back. Is it been more of a plateau in Europe where fans have always been there, or is it different today than it was over there?
I think we've always been very lucky. We've always had good showings, haven't we?
Yeah.
Because again, if you look back, we've always been more popular abroad, worldwide, than we have in our own country. But that's what I love about what's happening now, is that there's a big warmth for us now in this country.
Yeah, I think it's changing.
Yeah, we've finally been accepted. We're not the dirty old scruffy punk band. We're who trying to play thrash metal. Even though we were probably one of the first first guys to play thrash in the country, but because of our sort of punky ethics, we were sort of the naughty lads. You know what I mean? Now it's sort of good old boys, And when we go to Europe, there's always been that warmth for us.
It's good to know. I think because all the younger bands these days are aspiring to go and play in Europe, and I think it's kind of that golden challenge for a lot of people. They want to get over there, and it's good to know there's something.
Germany's fantastic. It's the best place for metal, but we've got a home in a place called Musicon in The Hague, and we love it. We call it our second home now.
I mean, I think like when we did that European run, it really sort of brings it home when we were booking the tour. I was sort of booking the dates, and we needed a date in Holland just before the ferry the next morning, and the promoters were like, Sunday night, man, Sunday night in Holland, it's going to be difficult. Place was rammed. We had a really
awesome,
crazy pit. We sold God knows how much merch.
Had a couple of Hells Angels.
It makes you think, all right, it's people are up for it.
Yeah, it's a real positive gang theme over there, isn't it? Everybody looks after each other, sticks together. Promoters work for free. As you say, the guy who put you on it, was it the Hague Heavy Metal Alliance, isn't it? And they do it all for free, do it for the love of it, and they want the English bands over there.
When you turn up, there's a Chinese banquet there for you. They look after you.
They look after us very well.
That's really good.
Can't complain.
Right, well, I've got a few questions here. Talking about Facebook earlier, and I am a man of Facebook.
It will be sheep, not cattle.
So, we decided not to do that question, but I've had a few questions that people are very interested in knowing. And now, so what is the worst venue toilet in your history?
Intrepid Fox.
The Intrepid Fox.
It was that deep in shit.
And there are some bad ones around, so to pick out the worst is pretty awful.
The worst one. That is absolutely.
Why anyone would want to know that, I don't know. So the best venue hospitality. I mean, you talk about how they look after you in Europe. What
That's
about
a difficult
over
one
here?
because we're always very well looked after.
We are really.
The dressing room with the bowling alley.
That was pretty
bowling
good.
alley. That's right.
We played a town in Germany called Rauderfen. And there was a bowling alley in the dressing room. Amazing food, amazing drink, and a private bowling alley.
So I think
that's going to go on the rider now, isn't it?
Rather than say what's the best hospitality, that's probably the one that we remember.
It sticks out.
That'll do it. Yeah, you want bands back, get a bowling alley. So what else we got? Right. Which song? This is a wanky one. Which song do you wish you'd written?
Do we wish we had written?
Yeah, so
Bohemian Rhapsody, because we'd be millionaires.
I can imagine that in your style.
Officer Nice by Violence. I wish I'd written that.
Yeah. Big fan.
Bodies by the Pistols. I'm sorry, I'm a true punk
reference.
Apart from Bohemian Rhapsody, I'd have liked to have written Rain in Blood.
Yeah, you'd have probably done all right off that.
Yeah.
And so, who's the whingiest in the band?
But I'm 51, I'm entitled. They didn't bring my blanket for my legs this time.
Because I was making it fun.
So
The fickle finger of fate.
we're going to end up in some ridiculous quick-fire questions. So, lager or cider?
Cider.
Cliff Burton or Lemmy?
Lemmy.
Lemmy.
Metallica or Megadeth?
Megadeth.
Ozzy or Dio? Oh.
Dio.
Dio.
To play, Bloodstock or Download?
Bloodstock, probably.
Yes.
I'm with you there.
Just because
Yeah.
you get more people who are into that music as opposed to such
Although
a
the
wide.
experience of Download would be lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bloodstock.
So Andy, if you want to book us, get in touch. You know where I am.
I'm sure he's watching. Meat or veg?
Veg, definitely.
Well, meat. Bloody veggie.
Denim or leather?
Saxon.
Depend in the bedroom.
PVC.
I prefer rubber.
We'll have to wrap up there. But what do the fans need to know about you guys for the year? What are the big plans that people need to know about?
So we're playing Hammerfest today. We've got Spain tomorrow.
No, today. Spain's today.
No, we fly.
Tomorrow,
We fly
yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah.
It's not
So
today.
we've got.
Stage at 1:45, and we've got to get there. We're on stage in Spain at 5 to 10.
Jesus.
Right, so
The heavy metal life.
It's the 30th.
Hammerfest Spain, Beermageddon, people need to get to. Full Threat Souls cancelled. Thrashosaurus, Padfest, we're playing, and it's the 30th anniversary of the first record.
Awesome.
So we're going to be doing a re-release. It's going to be very limited run, coloured vinyl. And because these lazy bastards wrote such a short record back in the day, the idea we had is because it'll all fit on one side of a 12-inch, we're going to go in and re-record the songs as well. We're like modern
Wicked.
production, bit of a modern twist.
That sounds
So
great.
side A will be the original, and side B will be a re-recording.
That sounds cool. Well, that's great. It's
So
really
that's what we're
good
planning.
news. So a busy year ahead.
Yeah,
Right,
more
well-
coming up later on as well.
Oh yeah, and there's a tour coming up at the end of the year. We
Yeah.
can't announce yet, but
Yeah.
but it
Nice.
should be
Well,
very good.
It's a big tour.
We know to look out for that. Well, I can't wait to see you boys later, as ever. It's fucking great to talk to you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
This is Sarge for TBFM, and see you later.